Navitar began as a brand name for projection lenses of D.O. Industries of Rochester, New York. D.O. Industries was founded by David Goldstein in 1972, and their first lens was the 6 to 9 inch zoom lens for the 35mm slide projector. The D.O. stands for David's Opticals. David started with and always maintained the best and highest quality lenses available. As the popularity of their product in the multi-image business grew, D.O. Industries produced more lens varieties from 1-inch to 9-inch lenses, as well as zoom and keystone correcting lenses. In the 1980s, a redesign of the lens products was introduced as the Golden Navitar series of products. In 1991, David's sons Julian and Jeremy took over the company and renamed the company Navitar. Navitar also made optics for many other products as well and continues to do so to this day. Navitar lenses for 35mm slide projectors have removable focus tubes so that the same lens could be refitted to fit into different brands of projectors. Lenses of fixed focal length had the option to use one of the 4 available Barlow lenses. The Barlow lens would extend the focal length of any lens that it was fitted onto by a mathematical factor. The 4 Barlow lenses available were the 1.11, 1.16, 1.22, and 1.33. To install a Barlow lens, the focus tube of the lens is removed. The Barlow lens is then screwed in place of the focus tube. The Barlow would also include a focus tube appropriate for the projector to be used. Barlow lenses cannot be used on zoom or keystone correcting lenses. Before we show the keystone correcting lenses, let's take a minute to explain what keystoning in projection is. In an ideal situation, the projector is directly in front of and level with the screen so that the image is square. However, if the projector is off axis from directly in front, then one side of the image has a farther distance to travel than the other, making that side larger, making a shape like a keystone in a stone wall. Here we see what happens when the projector is 30 degrees off to the left and 30 degrees off to the right, 20 degrees from the top, and 20 degrees from the bottom. There are lenses that can correct the keystone effect, but only by a few degrees. Navitar produced several models of keystone correcting lenses marked as KC. There are 2 thumb screws on a KC lens. The small screw locks and unlocks the rotation of the lens. There is a silver ring on the front of the lens to indicate that the lens is in the center or 0 position. When the large thumb screw is turned, the lens core moves up or down to adjust the keystoning of the image. The lens can be rotated to set the keystone correcting to the desired angle or position. The correction ability of these lenses are only a few degrees. Any larger keystoning must be corrected by other means. This is the Kodak Ektrographic 3 35mm slide projector widely used during the late 1980s. Here you see the projector fitted with a small wide-angle lens. However, long-throw lenses that could project over 30 feet were often long and heavy. The projector is not designed to support the heavy lens, and the lens is unstable. This is the Navitar NSX3 lens support. The NSX3 fits onto the projector to help support the long throw lenses. There are bushings that can be placed against the lens to provide the support. There is an additional leveling foot with a quick release button. Here is the screw that clamps onto the casing of the projector. The Kodak Ectographic 3 has several grooves and notches for lens accessories. The NSX3 lens support mounts to the Ectographic 3 projector by inserting the tongue of the support into the groove of the projector. The bottom of the support then presses into the lens cavity. The screw is then used to fasten the support onto the casing of the projector. The heavy long throw lens is inserted into the focus track and the bushings are placed to support the lens. As you can see here, the lens is now rigid and adequately supported. The additional leveling foot is used instead of the projector's leveling foot to provide a better center of gravity and additional lift. This is the NSX universal lens support used on the older Kodak AF2 and Ectographic 2 35mm slide projectors used in the late 70s and early 80s. There are two thumb screws to fasten the support to the case of the projector. The older slide projectors did not have any provisions for lens accessories. The NSX Universal would clamp onto and around the casing of the lens portal. The thumb screws on the top and the bottom of the support clamp onto the casing of the projector. Thank you for watching our video about Navitar slide projector lenses. Please see our other videos about equipment used in the multi-image business on our YouTube channel.